I recently bought my first Mac, and since I produce music, I want to test for myself whether it's true that Logic Pro is, well, bro. So, in this test or experience, I'm going to write a little demo song from scratch without knowing anything about the app. And because I want the full Logic Pro experience, I'm not going to use any third-party plugins, except for the drums. Alright, we are here in Logic Pro 12. Let's close this panel here and here, create a new audio track, enable the click up here, and let's audition some drums. Too slow. I like this one better. Let's use this one. Alright, pre-count 2 bars, let's record. Okay, let's create a new audio track. Let's rename it Guitar Right. Okay, this will be Guitar Right over here, and let's rename this Guitar Left. Pan this 100% right. Wait, why is plus 63 the maximum? Anyway, let's pan the other one minus 64 and record the left. Okay, let's trim this. Why is it locked? Okay, never mind. T is the tools and scissors and zoop and zoop. That's it. Delete this. Let's create a new audio track. This will be my tracker and will be on the center up here. Let's rename it tracker. Okay, and let's record the verse. Other side. Now we send the two guitars to a guitar bus so we can treat them in stereo. It's pretty much the same on every DAW out there. Now let's give the tracks some color just to organize the session. Let's go pink. Next, EQ the guitar bus, low cut at around 80 Hz, 48 dB per octave slope, and a high cut at 10K, 24 dB per octave slope. After some basic EQ cuts on the drums, we move on to the next part, which is the chorus. Let's go. Of course, I will re-record all of these parts. These are the writing takes, not the finals. Now left guitar, go. Okay, this goes up here, and before we could start thinking about some simple arrangement, we have to make sure that the parts loop with each other, so everything makes sense. Let's see what we got so far. Intro verse loops, verse chorus loops. Nice, chorus to verse is good too. So this is my basic arrangement. Super basic, but for the purpose of this video it's fine. Now we edit the drums so they make sense with what the guitars are doing. Since editing drums it's so very boring, I'm going to speed it up in post so you don't have to suffer with me. Once the drums are done, we move on to the vocal track and leave bass for last. Alright, let's start with the vocal track. I'm going to track it by section to learn the rhythm later. Here are the lyrics I wrote 5 minutes ago, so I'm going to improvise. Let's go! The people of the try to fight discussion against the odds. We conscious souls. That was pretty decent for being a first take, but we must fight with perfection, so we are going to keep it. Let's move on to the chorus. We conscious souls. Man, the phrasing was hard. Let's make another take. After some troubleshooting, I settled to this take because I discovered I could do this. So, point for logic. Keep going to the second verse. This storm is never ending. I will become one more. A conscious wrath of this world. I might keep it. Let's keep it down here. Let's try another one. Take 2. That didn't feel good. I think this is the best take so far, but I don't know. I want to try one more. Let's do one more. This is the last one. I won't punch in the last word. Let's do it again. I swear this is the last one. Take 22. Let's go. I think this might be it. Yes, this is the better one. The 25 takes of the second verse really tire me, so my voice is done for today. I'm going just to copy the first chorus right here and move on to the bass. Moving on to bass, there is a couple of things we have to account for. It shouldn't be improvised. We have to put some thought into it, otherwise it's going to sound off. This is optional, but I prefer not to follow the guitars because it makes the song feel more 3D. I want to record it in one take, so let's go. Okay, this is my final mix. I did some extra limiting on the bass and added some background vocals here, and let me show you what I did processing wise. On the drum bass, same EQ as before, and a VCA compressor with the limiter on. Next, on the guitar bass, just an EQ. Moving on to bass, an EQ and a gate to make it sound tighter. On vocals, an EQ, a de-esser in absolute mode, and a compressor, again with the limiter on. Background vocals, a gate, Logic stock reverb, and an EQ. Very simple. And finally on the master, an EQ, removing some rumble down here and some hiss up there before hitting the compressor. Another VCA, again with the limiter on. And finally, a loudness meter. Now I'll render the song so you can listen to it finalized. If you made it to the end, I hope this was useful. This has been my Logic Pro experience, and this is Black Hole.